Hello everyone, we're here on 3D Print Lab today, and today we're going to show you how to get a video game model printed. So we're going to be doing the Zerg Zergling today, and the first thing we're going to do is location. We have to go and find a model of the Zerg Zergling. Obviously we can't use the sprite from Starcraft 1, so we're going to need the Starcraft 2 Zergling made by Blizzard. And phase 2 is going to be extraction. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the MPQ archive extractor to go and find the model file, the .m3 of the Zergling from the Starcraft 2 archive. And we're just going to extract that. And we're going to go into 3ds Max. We're going to use the .m3 plugin tools. And we're just going to uncheck everything we don't need. We're going to import it here. And it's going to import. There's some bounding boxes here we're not going to need. We're going to go ahead and remove those. And the first thing we're going to see, the first issue we see here is that the claws actually stick down below the surface, and those won't print. So we're going to need to move those by moving the bones. Thankfully the bones do still work within 3ds Max, so we're lucky to have that capability. Now we're going to see that this back foot here is not level, so we're going to just manually level it down and level the points on both ends in order to get it flat so that it'll print correctly. From there, we're just going to go ahead and scale it 4,000% and then delete all the extra garbage, bones, and things that we don't need. Phase 3, coordination. Now that we have the mesh that we're going to use, we're going to go ahead and coordinate the model, meaning that we're going to accommodate all the overhangs and anything else that we're going to need to do to the model in order to get it to print correctly. These are just 1mm rods that I'm putting in, and putting them any location where there's going to be an overhang that's going to be needed, which is quite a few places. You can indeed use automatic support and raft when you 3D print your models, but it is notoriously difficult to remove. I like developing support and raft that comes off with your fingers or some tweezers real quick. Phase 4 is conversion. So now we're going to take the model and we're going to convert it out to an STL and bring it into MakeAware. And you can see it in MakeAware now. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and convert it into .x3g for the MakerBot Replicator 2, or any MakerBot hardware, and going to be sliding through the layers here, making sure that it's going to print correctly. And phase 5 is production, so now we're going to go ahead, and this is iteration 1, I'm going to go ahead and print it out. And unfortunately, this first print I didn't set enough frames for my time lapse to record. This is the first model that I did, so yeah, even though this is the third video, this is the first model I was making this series with, so I was still trying to figure everything out. So we figured out that the support on that one was too thick, so we're going to go back in here and make it all a lot smaller, as well as make sure that it's easy to remove and in the right places. We're also, in iteration 1 and 2, I believe, there is automatic raft, which is alright. The raft is what sticks the model down to the build surface of the 3D printer. The automatic raft's alright, but really later on in the video you'll see we make custom raft, and it comes off a lot better. So you can see that raft down there on the bottom. Any point that's touching the build plate will have raft. And it goes ahead and builds the raft first thing. And here we go and see, this is iteration 2? I think it's 2. And it's printing. It took an hour and 19 minutes. And there it is. Oh, iteration 3. So with iteration 3, we found out that we needed to make it even thinner. I think we made it a little too thin in this iteration, but we'll go back and fix it later on. Just trying to get the model squared away here. Okay, so now two things. We went ahead and tapered the bottoms of the support in order to make sure that it stuck to the raft, and we're now implementing custom raft, which will be easier to remove later on. And this custom raft, just going to put it everywhere so that it does cover each individual support piece. Figured out that the more raft pieces you do have, the easier it is to break apart later on. Let's make sure that's all good to go there. And then, so we're bringing it to Makerware, and we're printing it. So here we go. So doing a red one, a purple one, now a green one. And this one came out pretty good. Wasn't too difficult to get the support off. We're going to go ahead and do iteration 4 because we know it can be better. And actually, iteration 4, we tried printing a new material that we've been using, and it's a flexible material. And there wasn't enough frames on that one. Or actually, no, that one failed. That one failed printing. Iteration 5, I tried printing the flexible again. It did alright, but printing flexible is new to me, so that's definitely something that we're working on in 3D Print Lab, is trying to figure out how to use flexible and what needs to be different for the support to work. So moving on to iteration 6, you can now see that we are implementing our baseline support and raft structure that we developed last episode. I'm actually recording this out of order, but it'll be uploaded that way. The first episode, developing the baseline support and raft. We're now using the obelisk support, as I like to call it, and I'm going to be placing that in every location it needs to be, as well as using toothpick support in a couple locations that are not touching the base. The red is toothpick, the blue is obelisk. And I'm going to go ahead and put in each individual custom raft piece. That'll be easy to break apart later on. And just making sure that's all going there. So it looks like we're pretty much good to go here. We just got a few more things to make sure are supported correctly. And here we go, putting on a yellow one. And the build time actually went down because of the custom raft. Went down by 5 minutes because of that. And material use went down a little bit as well, maybe a gram. So there is benefits of building custom raft and support. And now we're doing iteration 7. Which is the final iteration. And in this iteration, we figured out that really what we needed to do was to make the custom raft as thin as possible so that when we went to break it off, it would come off easy. You can use your hand, or tweezers work pretty well. Either way, it's pretty easy to print and break the support off. It's not a big issue. Definitely trying to remove automatic support is difficult. I didn't add that to this video, but I'm sure in the future I'll be trying to do that. De-rigging that. I do a video special on de-rigging just the different types of support I can use. So this one came out pretty good. I'm going to move on to de-rigging now. And here's one before it's de-rigged. Here's the de-rigging process, just using some tweezers, and some of it not even needing tweezers. Just carefully breaking off the tips that are 1mm, and then going down to the 1.5 and 2mm portions of the obelisk support. So breaking it off. Not exactly all the way in the frame there. Gonna need to work on that, but there it is. And here's a red one that we printed. This is the first one we printed. Came out alright. Here's the purple one. You can see that on the back leg there's still some support stuck. And the green one, that support was removed successfully, but there is a claw missing. The yellow one, it got quite a bit better. And finally, the pink one, which I would think would be the best print. And there's a bunch of them all together, sitting there. And here's a short clip of the flexible Zergling, which didn't print out correctly, but still see that it is flexible. The rest of the material would not bend like that. So it'll be interesting to see the developments of that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Next up, we will be doing the turret missile turret, and check it out. I'll see you next time.